Ladies. Hey, ladies.
Hey.
Are you ready?
Ready.
Getting ready to get started. This is finna be a fun-filled episode. I know we're a little late, people, but we getting ready to get started. Let's do it.
You are now tuned in to Champaign Confessions. You already know what that means. Tell all your people that this is the place to be. Thursday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern. Champaign Confessions is the podcast that will motivate you to become the best version of you. So why not have a sip with the ladies tonight? Because we are about to talk our ish. Let's get it, guys.
Hello, what Miss? She don't jump off the screen.
Where'd she go?
Hello.
Must have been her Wi-Fi. She'll be right back, y'all.
Okay, blooper reel. But you know how we operate and roll. What's going on, everybody? What's going on? I already see everybody's calling in the chat. What I want you to do right now before we get to this topics, share that, subscribe, share the stream, let everybody know that we are here. I know we were a little late, so y'all was in the lobby waiting. We ready to go. So we're gonna give Miss Kai a little time to get herself together. And she comes, she coming back. But I guess we're gonna get started, and then Miss Kai introduce herself. But I am Miss Maggie T. You know, this is what I do, Atlanta Falcons Nation. You know, this Champaign Confessions. I'm excited to have these two ladies with me for this podcast. It's episode 4 for us. Miss Kai, you got it together?
What?
I don't know. But who's right next to me, though?
This is Miss Kiki. How y'all doing? She's like the what's the Jack in the Box. She popping in and popping out.
I'm gonna put her back on the screen. I'm gonna help her. I'm gonna help you out, ma'am.
There you go.
What's happening? Are you trying to get an introduction? Is that what it is? Miss
And you know it.
Oh, I guess you have an internet issue. That's what it sounds like.
Yes, it's raining hard over here on this side of town, Maggie.
Okay.
So,
okay.
yeah.
I understood now. Okay. All right. So, we are here. We are ready. Let's see who's in the chat just a little bit. I know y'all been waiting on us. Hello, ladies. What's going on, Andrew? How you doing? Jamarius, I already knew you was going to be in here. Hello, giving us our flowers. We appreciate
Jamarius.
You know, and I appreciate all the little words you've been putting on our posts and everything. We're small in numbers. You know, just starting out, but we, you know, the love and the support that everybody give us is just amazing. Everybody's been watching. Look, if you're here watching, say something. Put something in the chat because we love interaction. All right, Akira Strozier, how you doing?
Hey.
New face, new member.
Yes,
you know,
please subscribe and share.
I love it. So I want to go ahead and get right into some good stuff. You already know how we start. We like to start it off with a little bit of motivation right before we get into some good topics. So I got a little motivational quote that I want to put up. Let me go ahead and grab that real quick. Because we want you to take something from every show that we do. Even if we're doing silly topics, we always still want you to do motivation because, you know, everybody needs a reminder about, you know, sometimes you forget things about yourself, you know, so you need a reminder to push forward and keep going.
Positive affirmation.
Most of our lives, you forget to put yourself first, take a moment, and it's like, you know what? I need that motivation today. I don't have it today. So when something is important enough, you do it, even if the odds are not in your favor. So that just means is, especially when you have like a business, you're doing something that people don't understand, that being an entrepreneur, it's going to be trials and errors. It's going to be people that don't believe in you. You're going to think that you're going to get the support from your family. Think again. It's going to be total strangers that's going to show you love and adoring and everything else. It's that time when you start doubting yourself. Start, you know what? I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't do this. Then you try to pull back. It's those moments When the stronger person survives, it's like you fight through it. Like, I don't care if I got one person liking my product.
Right.
It's, so that's what I take. I can read it again if y'all didn't hear it. But just give me your thoughts on it. When something is important enough, you do it even if the odds are not in your favor. But when it's important to you, you want to be successful. You don't care what nobody else thinks. What you got in there, Miss Kiki?
Your vision and goals is your vision and goals. I always say that higher power gave you the vision. So even when it looks like she's saying as an entrepreneur, when it looks like that it's not going to happen, it looks like it's going to fail. You want it to happen overnight. Everybody wants the microwavable success, but it's not going to happen like that. And you comparing yourself to other people that you see on social media, it looks like they got it overnight, but you don't know how many years it took them. Some people took 15 or plus more years to get their success. So, don't compare yourself to other people. And even though it looks like you're failing, you're really succeeding.
You're succeeding.
You're doing more than the next person. So it's coming. Don't give up. Keep going.
Don't give up. What you got on that, Miss Kai?
Yeah, your journey is your journey. You can't, we have to kind of we have to get out of comparing ourselves to others, because like Kiki said, you don't know what it took for them to get there. And then a lot of times looks can be deceiving. You know what I'm saying? Because God can, just like he can give it to you, you don't know if that's a lesson for them. Just because you see all the materialistic things or whatever, you don't know. That's why your journey is your journey. And on top of that, you have to, and I talked about this, I did like a short video, I think, on this about enjoying the journey, because it doesn't happen overnight.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
It's like a roller coaster. Yes.
And that can cause you to self-sabotage. You know what I mean? And then listening to other people, because you have to live for yourself and be happy. When you're happy and you're confident, if you're happy waking up, enjoying and doing the things you love, that's probably what you should be doing. You know what I mean? Your story is your story. Your journey is your journey. God's plan for you is his plan for you. And a lot of times other people, don't understand that. But you have to keep going, because again, even if the odds are not, is not in your favor, you got to keep pushing through. So that's important to do that.
Absolutely. And I love the recap. And anybody that got something to say in the chat, please throw it in there. What do you think about that comment?
Tell us what you do to move forward.
Exactly. When people are doubting you and saying, oh, you ain't gonna never be this, you're not gonna be that, how do you push through? So we want to hear your comments, and please share this out. We need more eyes on this channel. Well, let's get right into the good topics. Welcome to Champaign Confessions. In case you just now tuning in, this is episode 4. We're talking about body shaming, because like we did with cyberbullying 2 weeks ago. That's part of cyberbullying. That's part of the pandemic we're going through now. It's just everybody wants to look exactly the same these days, and if you don't look that way, so we're going to get right into it, but let's get into the hot topic first. And I want to bring on some people. I forgot to put that thing up, but before we get into the hot topic, I want to get into just who am I? Because everybody wants to appear like something. Everybody wants to be something. They want to fit in, or they might not want to fit in. They're just an individual and they don't care what nobody got to say. And we're going to get into some people that don't care. They push, drive. And I'm going to put this beautiful picture up. I just think she is gorgeous, y'all. I think that she is just the most beautiful person. I met her, virtually. It was a picture that she posted, I believe, and it was basically or it was a post or something where it was like people was really body shaming this woman, and because she does cosplay, she's a she dress up, she's a put a picture up so y'all can understand who she is, but everything that she do is just, she takes her time with it. She's, dancer, artist, makeup, poet,
Mhm.
traveler, African American people.
Mhm.
You don't, and then of her size. That's what I love about it. She's just beautiful, in and out.
Yeah.
And then just look at this picture here. It's just this right here is just like, wow. Y'all see that? That brings, like, literally brings tears to my eyes,
That
because
looks it's so powerful.
it just, we don't have African American, or African representation like this.
Right.
Queens and kings, and all we have is slavery movies, people. We don't have anything like this. So when Angela Bassett got her, her nomination,
yeah,
real deserving of this, and she didn't have to be in somebody's cotton field to get it.
Right.
So let's bring her on. I'm excited. I had her on the show last time, but she's just beautiful. I mean, I'm a fan. I'm a fan, and everywhere she's gonna be, I want to be. Because she's the beauty behind what my children should be admiring. They admire me. Your kids are always gonna look up to you.
Right.
But they're in this right here. They want to go to MonoCon. I think it's in May. I think you went to the last one, I believe. I want to say, I think he was in Atlanta, I believe. I could be wrong.
It is in Atlanta. It is in Atlanta.
Oh, yeah. I think Maggie mentioned that to me.
Okay, yeah.
My girls love it, and they want to dress up and everything. So I'm going to be a part of that, because it's a beautiful thing. So hello.
Hi. How are you?
Hello. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me
Welcome.
back. Thank you. Hi, everybody.
And we're going to bring one more person on, then we'll get into the introductions, because we're going to do our AMs. And then, of course, we want to, get into, just a little bit about your story. Then we'll get into, a little bit of Lizzo, because I want to talk about her. And then the main topic, body shaming. But one more, let's see. I think we're going to have Mike too. I don't know. He got to send me a chat. But the next person is, him from Atlanta Nation.
Hey, what's going on?
What's going on, sir?
I'm great. How you ladies doing?
Doing better than amazing.
Good. Welcome.
Yes.
Glad to be here.
I want to do, but we want to start off with, who am I? And I want to start off with our guest today. And it can be just short and sweet. Just give it a moment if you got to think about it. But the way you present yourself, just basically, what do you want people to remember you for? So who are you?
I am changing the world. That's what I want people to remember me for. I wanted to leave it in a very different state, mostly positive, and different than I entered it.
There we go. And what you got, Mr. Therapist?
I am a healer. And my thing is to serve others and make a difference.
I like that. Okay. Miss Kai, you got something? Who are you?
Yes, I want to be remembered by being a leader. There's too many followers out here. Being a leader, standing up for what's right, and being, like the therapist said, being a healer, going through trauma myself, going out there, spreading light and love to others, helping those, get through their dark times. I had to go through mine in order to help, other people. So that's what I want people to remember me by, and very humble while doing it too. Very humble.
And we'll get to you, Mr. Michael Anthony. But Miss Kiki, who are you?
I am a strong, confident, beautiful woman that's real and raw. And for me, I want to leave a legacy of just serving and changing the world one person at a time. And this platform definitely allows me to do that. And like Kielyn said, just be humble in doing that. Remember where I came from.
Absolutely.
That's pretty much it.
And Michael Anthony, who are you? Got to think about it.
I am the standard, and what I mean by standard is someone who wants to portray the image of the underdog is always going to stay the underdog. Always not going to stay. It's okay to be the underdog, but the underdog is only going to be the underdog for so long, man. Strive for better, strive for more, and it's okay to be you.
Oh yeah, be you. And it's okay to be underrated or overlooked. It's what you do and how you achieve and succeed is going to look around like, hold on, who is this unknown person? Where did they come from?
Right. Because now they're being noticed. The underdogs and the unnoticed are noticed.
Yeah. It's time.
And what I want to be remembered as
strive for more than just being the underdog.
Okay. I guess for me, strong, motivating, influencing. I want to change children. I want them to believe in them, finally believing in themselves and not what society is telling them. You are special. You are amazing. You can do whatever you put your mind to. Don't worry about the stereotypes. That's why we're talking about this episode tonight. Don't worry about the stereotypes. Don't try to be like everybody else. Be you, unapologetically. You. And that's just me. And I got some comments, and let's see what the comments are saying. I know everybody in here having a good time. Hey, they said this is an interesting topic because I've been working on that Bobby Lachey body for quite some time. So we get I am the one who is me. Okay, ATL.
Like that.
I am the one who's many.
But Miss, I just love you. I'm gonna tell you that. I'm a fan. I want you to just go ahead and just explain your story, and we'll just kind of get into why we're talking about body shaming. So who are you? Introduce yourself to the world, the people that don't know who you are and your beautiful artistry. You're muted.
She's muted. Yeah, you muted.
Can you hear me now? Thank you so much. That was quite the intro. I don't know, me, Tranquil Ashes, Anita Riggs. I do a lot of things. I am a cosplayer. I make spaces. I am in entertainment. I love makeup. I love traveling, and I'm soon to be traveling soon. And basically, I'm want to provide a platform, at least in the sense that, hey, you can do anything that you want to do, and don't let everyone stop you.
Absolutely. I love it. I know we got your backstory, so I'm gonna have to repost the old episode so everybody can really hear your journey. But I know we're short on time today because we got a big topic.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Therapist, can you just let everybody know who you are in case they don't know you on this channel? I know they know you from a certain other place, but who are you?
Yeah, a lot of you guys know me from AFN, but I'm actually a massage therapist in real life, health and wellness healer. I educate people, and Maggie and I have talked on many occasions. I'm also a person where I tell them it's not just about getting your body relaxed, it's about your mental and emotional. Because a lot of people don't realize you can get one, but if the internal part of you, if you're not able to get that out, when you get back into your environment, you'll not right back up.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. You got to really let yourself go during a massage. And then you do also got to get your mental together too. Because like you said, you can come in there tense as heck. And the massage will be nothing if you're really not, mind, body, and soul releasing, release.
Well, in our culture, it's a must because you think about it. You know how you see Housewives of Atlanta and all these shows. The problem is,
Miss Kai, mute.
I muted her.
The rich see it as, well, it's just another day at the spot. When we're dying from heart disease, diabetes, hypertension, stroke, we need it. So it's not a luxury for us per se. It's an actual way of life. And with mental health and emotional health, that helps out.
Yeah. Man, well, Mr. Michael Anthony, I've got to get used to saying Michael Anthony here. Introduce yourself. Let everybody know who you are just a little bit.
Wow. I'm a son of a pastor who went out of her way to make sure that women knew that they are important and the things that they've been through in their lives are not, it doesn't define them. And it continues to something you're going to always deal with, and you can. So that's my thing. Underdog, son of a pastor, and it's all about really coming from the bottom, not staying at the bottom, and rising above.
I love it. There's some good stuff here. And now into the hot topic and the main topic. I like this hot topic. I didn't get her picture up there. I'm so mad at myself. But Lizzo. She just, her beautiful campaign that she's just, for one thing, I loved her from the very first album that she came out. And I think she was a little bit heavier then too when she first came out.
She was.
But she's doing exercising, but she's not doing exercise to be a size 2. She's encouraging women to be healthy at least. If you're gonna be a size 16, at least be healthy with it though. And one thing I can say about Lizzo is her heart, her emotions, her pain, she displays that to the world. Because I remember she was going through when they was like really just doggish. What happened? Who did this? Who did it? Kiki. Okay, we're gonna get it right together, yeah.
She gonna blame me. It's all right. I'll take it.
I remember something that she did a video where she cried. She was crying, and she basically just like she almost let the pressure get to her. But she admitted that she was having some mental things going on about all of just the feedback that's happening about her size. So what basically she just, every time Lizzo used her platform, she preached body positivity, regardless of what's being said towards her. And it gets nasty. It's just like as soon as she posts something, it's ill. Who's doing this? Why are you doing that? And she just smiles. And if you heard her last album, the whole album was pretty much about that. Just like, I'm coming out tonight, I'm with my girls. I'm gonna enjoy who I am, so I enjoy her campaign. And I think it needs to be where more women of all sizes, because like I said, everybody wants to look like the thin waist, big behind, long lashes, long hair type female. And I'm dealing with it with my daughters now because they're the high school girls are walking around like that. And it's like, they're so pretty, mom. And the guys are looking at them. It's like, but that's false. That's made together. You're natural. Embrace your beauty. So I'm encouraging them to love themselves. So we're going to start it off with, let's go ahead with Miss Tranquil Ashes. How do you feel about, because you got her campaign and you got her pictures and, I want to hear your opinion about her whole campaign there.
I think like anything, when there's like some form of change happening, like everyone's very uncomfortable. No one likes change. They say they want to do it, but change is not something that people actually enjoy going through. It's extremely uncomfortable. As someone who is changing every I feel like few months these days, it is extremely uncomfortable. But I think people purposely misunderstand Lizzo. Lizzo is not saying be unhealthy. Lizzo is not saying you have to eat this much. Lizzo's not saying any of that. She's literally saying, hey, I get to do all the same things you get to do, even though I look like this, even though I'm not quote, quote, society standards or whatever it is. And it's all like a cycle. And she just makes me just so happy that she can see past it. And, she's a voice for people who aren't just, plus size, any size, how they're feeling, just normal human emotions and interactions that you have day to day. She talks about, and almost no music these days, at least that hits mainstream, is positive. Literally almost none. So, it's a rejection of, hey, this doesn't look like everything else I've seen. Hey, this doesn't sound like everything else I've seen. And it's the double standard of, hey, we want girls in pop and rock. We want Black people in pop and rock, but not you. It's very interesting how that all plays together. But I just want Lizzo to keep doing what she's doing. I mean, she's breaking so many barriers. She's getting so many awards, and she's doing it with all the opposition in the world. So much applause to Lizzo.
I'm just amazed at how she's handling herself, though. She has to have amazing support behind her.
Right.
Her positive. What you think about that, Michael Anthony? Her whole campaign.
How do I? Well, I'm a beast. I was not a fan of Lizzo. I just wasn't a fan of the actions, but the more that I sat back and watched my own personal journey as far as being quote unquote in the spotlight, it makes you think twice about how people are attacked and how people make you feel. Words are powerful, and I think that's the issue. Now, like I said, I wasn't a fan of the actions. Like there's certain actions that I'm not a fan of. I don't think that'll ever change, but you got to look deeper than the actions to see, all right, why is she, because we do have women, we do have men. Believe it or not, a lot of men are, for me personally, I've had issues as far as my size. Like I've always been a tall, skinny dude. Like I was in high school, I think I was 6 feet. And it's like the 7th, 8th grade. I'm one of the tallest people, tall people in the class, and you talk about skinny and awkward, man. Skinny. I look like what you call that? I forgot that cartoon, but I was big, tall, and just skinny. So I got a lot of words. A lot of women, especially back then, they were really looking for the skinny, tall dude, awkward dude. So now that I sit back and I actually watch, and she's a voice for a lot of women and a lot of men also, because not everybody is a Rihanna or a Beyonce. Not everyone looks like that. So that's what I see now.
Yeah, it's reality. It's realistic. She represents, because I love her underwear line. Like what Rihanna do though, her campaign, she shows real bodies, real women, how it's supposed to look. Before your air
right. Everybody's not the same.
Right.
So what you got there on that, Mr. Therapist?
Lizzo campaign, I really didn't have any feelings either way, because the clients I deal with are all different shapes and sizes. And like Mike, yeah, I got picked on. I was the kid where I was skinny with a big afro, so I look like a microphone. So you can imagine what I got. But the thing that I take away from what she's doing right now is she was emotionally letting out her frustrations, but now she's showing her substance. And the thing that people have to realize is when you choose to be yourself, you become the enemy. And that's what people don't like.
Yeah.
And when you're unapologetic about it, that's the problem. And for her, she's unapologetic.
She is.
And I mean, it's refreshing because, like you said, if you look back in your life, there's always somebody that wanted you to look a certain way. You had to be a certain way. And then it's like when you finally realize who you are, it's like,
yeah, because a lot of those people that look like that aren't the best people to be around. They have a very dirty, nasty soul inside of them because
right.
But it comes. We're gonna get into that a little bit because why are we body shaming? So, what you got on that, Miss Kai?
I'm actually, well, when Lizzo first made her appearance, to the world, I really didn't pay too much attention, to it like that. It was just, you hear it and you just, and then after a while, her music, I started, it was catchy. And then, I think maybe about a few years back now, maybe about 2 or 3 years now. What's the song? I think the one you just mentioned, Maggie, about her stepping out, like, I don't care. Yes. So during that time, I was really going through it really bad. And I'm gonna tell y'all, I never spoke about this, but I had an eating disorder. And I wasn't happy, with myself. I hated the way I looked, like everything from head to toe. And it didn't matter how many compliments I got from people. I just never saw in myself what other people saw. And I'm like, they blind, they crazy. Like, I just didn't have the confidence. You know what I mean? I had the fake confidence. When you out, you try to, like, you confident, but you really behind closed doors, you body shaming yourself. And that's what I did. And I would go through so much because wanting to be like other people, right? And look like whatever. But Lizzo, that song right there did it for me. And I am so like the therapist and Mike was saying, she doesn't only advocate and campaign for heavier set women or thicker women, but it is for the medium size, the skinny, and just being yourself. It's not even about size all the time. Just being yourself, being who you are, being confident and being, feeling secure and confident and safe within your own skin. So that right there at that moment in time, that's when I really started taking in her message and actually listening to the words, behind what she was saying in her song. So I 100% support Lizzo. I think she's a beautiful woman. And her personality, that just brings her out even more. So I'm 100% behind her, with what she's doing, and where she's trying to go, with helping others because we need it.
Yeah. Got on that, Miss Kiki.
Well, pretty much, Kai took everything that I was about to say. So I don't know how we be doing that, but we do that. I never really listened to her music, but I've watched her.
You might want to.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna start. But I've watched her, and I've watched, she's so positive, and she's showing the world pretty much that it doesn't matter if I don't even like using the word plus size because that's what society uses. It doesn't matter what you look like. Let me say that. It doesn't matter what you look like, but just be yourself and love yourself for who you are on the inside in and out. And don't worry about what other people think say about you. So like I said, she's pretty much showing the world that no matter what you look like, you can still be yourself and love yourself for who you are. So I love that about her.
Six Man said he is a stocky nerd. He was a stocky nerd. But let's get into the main topic, because now that we're getting into it, and I love that. You, Tifo. Body shaming. We're gonna teach you how to kind of overcome those, because look, everybody is not a size 2. Yeah. And some people are genetically not even built to be that. So you can lose a whole ton of weight all you want to, but your build, your stature, your height, you're never gonna be that. You're not just gonna be that. See, I have a brother. He's a tall guy. He just won't ever be like, a little skinny man, no matter what he do. When he works out, he gets healthy. He just got a lot of, he's a big man, big and tall. One of them. So it's just, he just always just naturally been like that. And he's accepted it. So we want to get into a little bit about the main topic here. And starting off with why, what do we mean by body shaming? And we got, thanks to Miss Kiki, she gave us some little things, key points that we could put up there. I hope I got it together. I think it's the first one. Hold on, wrong one. I ain't putting the audio out. My bad.
Okay.
So what does it mean by body shaming? So, body shaming involves humiliating someone by making inappropriate or negative comments about their body size or shape, as well as fat shaming. You may also hear, not just fat shaming. I mean, like Mike said, I was a size 117 at 5'9" in high school.
Wow.
Skinty. So you may also hear negative comments if you're underweight or in reference to a specific body part, because I had insecurities about my weight. Seeing all the girls with the shape, and I was like, Mama didn't bless me with a thing. Thanks, Mama. But I had to embrace it. And of course, at the same time, I was still in high school, so you're still growing. Still, you haven't even gotten into your full adult yet. So I'm comparing these, people that developed already early. I just developed a little late, I put on a little, kid weight when I had children. And, I always just had insecurity about my size, but I'm still small, but I had to learn to love myself for what it is, because it's funny, because yes, some people go out there and get the, the shapes made, but it's also people like starving themselves to look like me. It's the opposite.
Right.
Think that, because she's skinny, that she's just, she's got it all together. Skinny women can be very insecure.
Yeah.
Themselves too, because they want the hips. They want all this going on. They want a dress to look a certain way when it doesn't. And then it's like, you're just so skinny, or you're tall. That stuff does hurt a skinny woman.
Yeah. As
well. A lot of people don't realize that. So, what do y'all think about just why do we body shame? Kai, I think you're all right. Okay. But what do we mean by body shaming? So I guess we can start it off with Mike. What do they mean by body shaming? Is he froze?
No. Body shaming. This is kind of. I don't actually. I'll say this. I mean, it could go either way. I know. It's like I've dated women with big breasts, and they have gotten comments that really make them feel less than. A lot of people will think It's like, all right, you have big breasts, and why are you complaining about anything? And when I tell you she did not like a lot of those comments, that's an understatement. It was always the first thing people saw was that, and it drove her insane. I've dated women with big butt, and they do, a lot of them do not like the attention. They dealt with it, you know, much like anybody. So body shame in itself for me, I just think it's something that society, because society does change depending on, who that celebrity is. And I think that's mostly it. It really is who that popular celebrity is. She skinny? Is she big? Because you remember when Houston was, the end thing.
But
So it's like whatever society says at a particular point. Yeah. So I think it's just society. I think that's where body shaming goes. Whatever society says, you're the opposite of what society says.
Yeah. All right, Miss Kai. So what do we mean by body shaming? What's the definition?
Well,
why,
for me, the definition of body shaming is just pretty much, trying to, criticizing and humiliating someone, pretty much what Mike was saying, just because they don't look like what you feel like they should look like, or society. And again, that can go both ways, because we can do it to ourselves too, because society says I have to look like this or be like this. This is what it is. I need to have big or small breasts, or my hips need to be bigger or slimmer, or whatever the case may be for you. Just because, I don't know, you feel like my features aren't up to your standards, or up to your own standards, so what you think you should look like. But the biggest thing for me that I would tell, for body shaming, I mean, that comes with humiliation and criticism. You know what I mean? So when we're, we don't think about how, especially now these days, especially with the generations, the younger generations that are coming up, it's like we're teaching them the same stuff. We're passing it down. The younger girls are trying to wear, their what do you call those things? A snap around their waist and stuff because of social media. Because somebody has told them, something that they're not pretty enough, or their hair isn't long enough, or whatever. So yeah, that's pretty much how I feel. Or, to me, that's what body shaming is.
And we're gonna go to Miss Tranquil Ashes, and then of course we're short on time, so we're gonna get to the next topic. I'll let you guys answer that. But what do we mean by body shaming, and what is your definition of it?
Well, I think I have more to say about the next topic, because I think we pretty much hit what body shaming is. But I do have a question for Michael Anthony. Do you have a favorite female rapper? Who is that female rapper?
Good question.
Oh my God. Yeah, this is not a popular answer, but this is probably my favorite. Yeah, Nicki Minaj.
Okay. So here's my question for you. Nicki Minaj is your favorite rapper. Lizzo actually was a rapper before she was a singer. They told her to become a singer because she sang that well. And that's why in some of her music, she has raps, because she literally came onto the scene as a rapper. I say all this to say, Nicki Minaj is married to a sexual assault individual. Yes. Nicki Minaj has put hits on people. Nicki Minaj has done a whole lot of horrible things.
Oh, yeah.
Will I say that she still is a GOAT when it comes to lyrics? Absolutely. There's not a thing Lizzo has done that is worse than Nicki Minaj. So your internal, you don't even know it. Your internal bias against somebody that doesn't look like what you think they should look like, or what you enjoy, or what you would like that you are attracted to, they get no leeway because it's not something that you are desiring. And this is not a you thing, this is a man thing. Or no, actually it's a man and woman thing, but a lot of people come at Lizzo, I've noticed, are men, specifically men. So I challenged you on that, because it's like you say antics and everyone says antics and they never say what the antics are. It's like she showed her ass at a fucking basketball game and people decided that she's a villain now because
and I'm glad you said that, because I wanted to bring that up, because she showed her ass, but guess what? Nicki Minaj did too.
Yeah, and so did literally everybody else. They're like, this is a children's safe sport. I'm like, the cheerleaders that are actually in the game bend over backwards all the time, and you see it's televised. And there are other ladies that have come in with just as skimpy of outfits. And like that has pinnacled her as a villain. Literally anyone can do anything else, but it's because you like the way they look. The same thing with Kanye West. Kanye West is one of the worst things that has happened to Black people in the last 10 years.
Yes.
The worst thing, but no one will let that man go. No one will let him go. So I'm just challenging you on that because it's like, it is embedded. Most people don't even realize that they're saying the things that they're saying. And I know this because I've lived my entire adult life in a plus size body or a thick body, an actual thick body, not big tits and big ass, because that's not a thick body. That's calling big assets. That's another thing that's going around, that everyone calling themselves thick because they're wearing something too tight.
Yeah.
Like 10 years ago during the crack era, you would never. You would never. And it absolutely wouldn't have banked you a job. So there's levels to this body shaming thing.
Okay.
Right.
And let's get right into, because I love it, the segue into the next topic. Who is most affected by body shaming? And I had a little point put up there. I'm going to go ahead and get that up there. I love the feedback. I love everything on here, the honesty, the realness of this topic. But who is most affected by body shaming? Individuals with a history of trauma, depression, self-harm, low self-esteem, or borderline personality disorder are more likely to be affected by body shaming and potentially develop an eating disorder, engaging or in self-harm. So, Mr. Therapist.
Yes.
Who was affected by it?
I will say everyone, but there's degrees of it. Reason being because I get to see the other side of it. Like, I get to see when people come in and, everybody has a story to tell of why they are the way they are, what they do. And people don't realize your mental and emotional well-being affects your physical body 100%. And like, I'll ask them like, well, how are you doing? How are you feeling? Oh, I'm feeling all right. And then I'll go into medical stuff like, what's your blood pressure? What's this? What's that? Or they'll say, I'm hurting. People do not realize emotional can set up in the body as pain.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What you may think is an ache or a pain in a certain area, that's a negative emotion hanging around. And those things are what can lead to cancer, can lead to neurological disorders. And I'll give you a case in point. Not everybody that has diabetes is big.
Right.
Because stereotype that it's only a big person can have it.
Because Maggie, my brother that you met, Fred, as small as he has diabetes type 2. And you would never think somebody of his body size was that, but he was bigger. He was built. So when it comes to that, those kind of traumas, you don't know. Like, you have a lot of people that, hey, could be where you like say eating disorder. You don't know that when they, vomit to try to get their food up, that's tearing up their teeth, damaging internal organs. You know what I'm saying? Now you're not getting efficient nutrition. So now you're putting your body into a tailspin. And it's everybody, because at some degree, we all have something that bothers us. We all have something that we're trying to overcome. And that's why I take my hat off and I salute Miss Ashes, because, and Mike and I, we talk about it periodically. I love Star Wars. And I was one where I got a chance, because I have 3 daughters. So we got a chance to go down to, the World Congress Center, and they got a chance to see people in cosplay and that kind of thing. But I feel what she does is a helpful outlet, because it allows you to be, your inner self comes out, and you're around like-minded people who are not worried about, necessarily what you look like. It's like, hey, we have some camaraderie. And that's the same thing that I pass on to my clients. It doesn't matter what you look like. You need to be healthy. As long as you love you, it's all that matters. Because if you're trying to shape and mold yourself based on people who don't even know you and don't even like you, that's not a way to live.
Miss Kiki. Then I want to get back, because I know she was wanting to have this conversation too. We'll get to Miss Tranquil again. But Miss Kiki.
Yeah, I'm not going to, because everybody pretty much said. But I pretty much want to say, just because you're that size, I don't like to say, plus size.
I know.
Doesn't mean that you're technically unhealthy, because you have small people that's unhealthy. And I do not like that society makes it seem like, because you're that size, oh, you need to lose weight because you're unhealthy, and you're, is making everybody else seem like it's okay to be that size, which it's okay to be that size, because you're being you. And as far as who does it affects you as a person if you're being body shamed, of course. But it also it's a trickle down, because it affects everyone in your circle. Because if you're going through something, if you're depressed or whatever you're going through because of it, then whoever's in your circle is going to end up going through the same thing. So to me, it's just a trickle down effect.
Facts.
All right, Shank. Well, Ashes, I know you was ready for this one.
Well, I mean, the last one was kind of this one, a little bit part of it, but I mean, like I said, and like Mr. Therapist said, it's like degrees to it. It absolutely affects everyone. Like, we should just not do it. Everybody preaches, judge a person off the, content of their character, but no one seems to really do that. And so if we actually, practice what we preach, we'd be a lot further in life. But, so like I said, there's stages, like for like thinner women, of course, being told, eat a sandwich, or, are you sick, or any of those
some body parts to you. That's what I
get. Or something like that, or if you're a woman, you're too straight up and down, you don't have enough curves, or whatever the thing is that people are saying, that is often, and it causes very much like Kay said, like eating disorders, psychological issues. And then you have men on whether they're plus or thin. Men, unfortunately, because of how society is, and men on men, and in the sense that whatever y'all are feeling, very often is told to buck up. Very often y'all are told to, man, come on, it ain't that bad. It's not that bad, like, or whatnot, or just go to work. Pull yourself up by the bootstraps mentality, which has been killing us for years. The idea that we're supposed to be worked this hard is ingrained in us. So it's like, or, to look a certain way. The Black male body is the most desired body on the planet. So you have that mixed with, okay, now I don't look like that. So all these men are trying to look like this and they have no outlet. So that's why men, on top of other issues, commit suicide so quickly. Because it's just like, you know what, I'm done with it. They're very much more quick with the decision making. And then you have plus size women, which I believe tend to get the most brunt of it outside of trans individuals. I can't speak on that experience. Because as a plus size person, you literally can be stopped from getting jobs, stopped from being allowed into clubs, places. Like literally, you are not allowed to do things as as a bigger person. People are like, why are you at the beach? Why are you outside? Why are you at the club? And then at the same time, tell that plus size person to do something exercise. I'm like, well, they're outside, they're at the pool, they're at the beach, they're doing that already, but you're shaming them for being there.
Maybe eating a banana, like just really,
right.
You shouldn't be over there enjoying her life.
You shouldn't enjoy your life because you look like this. Or like another example of when folks get upset that athleisure or just athletic wear is requested to be made for bigger people. That's just how crazy it is that they're only making athletic wear for people who are already athletic. So it's like this weird, crazy double standard, and it makes absolutely no sense. The folks that tell, bigger people, make their whole channel about it, or not their whole channel, but make videos about it.
Yeah.
And that's not the way they want, people to live their lives, but they're making money off the backs of all these plus size people. So it's very interesting how like it plays out, but absolutely everybody is affected by it. And I just think if we could, like I said, just if I just based you off of how good you sing or how good you write or how good you treat your kids or your wife, any of those things, then we Gucci. And then once you move to the way somebody looks, I already know you don't have anything else to offer me. So that's it.
That's a good one.
And this is going to lead into just, now who is affected by it, now the effects of it, now that we recognize who are the targets of it, the effects of body shaming, it's a real thing.
Yeah.
So distorted perception about one's body causing self-doubt, low self-esteem, and a desire to isolate. Developing an eating disorder like we spoke earlier, like anorexia, bulimia, mental health disorders such as depression, anxiety, and or body dysmorphia. These are big words, y'all.
Yeah.
We gotta go through all of them.
We gotta go through all of them.
Yeah.
I can do a propensity for self-harming. Psychological and emotional distress.
Gotcha.
Overall discontentment with physical appearance and dissatisfaction with life. Extreme concern with body image. Dangerous health outcomes, including death, because of body image fixation and malnutrition.
And I like that I put that up there. I'm gonna leave it up there for a moment so people can read it. Like she was a was she Miss America, or what was she? The one that jumped off the balcony.
Oh yeah.
I know you're talking about her name.
I think I know who you're talking about. I can't remember her name either.
I don't remember her name.
I remember the story. Yeah.
She just recently passed away, but you see her in all she's a beauty queen. So she just, naturally just is a gorgeous woman. So you think that she's internally okay, she's just gorgeous. Like I think what Mike said earlier, why is she complaining about this? She's just gorgeous, she's beautiful, oh my god. But not saying I'm like, whatever, but it's like my biggest challenge is with myself is people are looking at what I look like, and they're not listening to the words that are coming out of my mouth. So my biggest challenge is like because I'm a sports fanatic. We operate a channel called Atlanta Falcons Nation, Matt Mike Sports. I'm a female that loves sports. But when I'm getting on, that's why I stay in the back just a little bit, because I had one guy tell me I had to put out a video because I do videos about sports. And he said, well, if you put your face on it, people will watch it more. Why? Or I come on the podcast and instead of they're hearing what I'm saying about whatever quarterback I'm talking about, they're just like, Maggie, oh, googly eyes. Oh, you're just so gorgeous. You're so beautiful. This and that and the other. It's like, but did you hear what I just said? No. Do you hear me though? So it's like,
no, they didn't hear a thing you said.
They don't hear a word I'm saying. And that's so that beauty queen, that's all they saw. They just saw how beautiful she was. But they asked her, how are you feeling inside?
That's deep.
Do everything's okay? Do you need a vent about something? Is something internally bothering you? Because
how many men are stalking you?
That person
how many are stalking
that way? But you don't know if they was insecure once in time in their life, or if they're still insecure. So they now have to put on these lashes and wigs and build themselves up and get in the public because that's what society wants you to look like. Okay, so I'm beautiful because I got this on. I'm beautiful because I pushed them up a little bit. But is that really you?
Right.
Is it really you? So when I say I'm unapologetically, I'm just me. So I could take this, this is little lashes, but I come out there with nothing on. I don't really do makeup, but I really don't honestly care what you think about what I look like or how I look like. I walk out how I want to walk out. But I want you to recognize me for who I am as an individual inside, instead of what this beauty person that you see. And it affected my relationships too, because that's all they will see. Oh, you just beautiful. Oh, I love it. You're pretty.
There's nothing worse than finding out that your friend was never your friend.
Absolutely.
There's nothing worse.
Oh my
and
God.
it can be going on for years.
Oh my God. Do you know my life? I mean, she really hit me. Like, oh my God. Oh my God. Like,
just go ahead and say hallelujah, girl. Just say hallelujah.
Hey, and look at it this way.
Oh my God.
My industry, you don't get away with it either. I've talked with Mike a lot of times. It's like, you see what I do and they ask me, well, why don't you show your face like? Because I'm showing you my work, what I do. Yeah. But then you go to Rocco's page and Rocco, he oiling them down half naked. I'm like, I'm not doing that, bro. He got you on the table fluffing your cheeks so that your family can see it on Thanksgiving. You got your uncle asking you, is that what you like? Yes. And then they look at my page like, well, you get a little bit of likes because you seeing the same thing he doing, but I'm just not putting you out there on display. And with male therapists, you got to walk a thin line. You got to walk a thin line because, like I tell people, one wrong customer and they got all that for the court.
Yeah.
And them HIPAA laws, they don't play. So yeah, I just have this thing where people have used their personal preference as a weapon.
Yeah.
And it's more or less like we always say it on the other channel, it's about who we like.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So if they like you, then it's okay with you being who you are. But if it's not, we don't like you, we need you to be like us.
Yeah.
Because a person with low self-esteem, wants an audience. They don't want to stand alone.
Let me ask y'all this. What he just said, what about Mike saying he Nicki Minaj and all these people that had their bodies worked? Nicki Minaj was this big. I mean, small and
I didn't say for a body.
No, I was just saying, you know, mention her.
Yes, example. Yeah.
But it's like, why did she have to do all that? Why didn't not just her? K Michelle did it, and then Cardi B. And then I know Cardi B and K Michelle, they talked about it. They had to get it out because it was causing health concerns. So why are we doing that?
Because it's popular. See, what they tell them is just like the male rappers. Back in the day, everybody had a message. Everybody was trying to promote health and unity and this, and it sold. Now everybody walking around here looking like zombies and stuff like that because why? They have attached a dollar sign to that dysfunction. So they have attached the dollar sign to a dysfunction of we need you to look like dolls. People are not made to look like dolls.
And I'm glad you said that one because anybody know Rhapsody?
Yeah. Do
y'all know who she is though?
Yeah.
We might know who she is, but there's a lot of people. She's an underrated artist, man, but she is amazing. But because she don't dress a certain way. You hear about Nicki Minaj being the best rapper. Man, there's so many female rappers out there. Get down with some lyrics and positive messages, but you don't hear it because she's another one. Not out there looking like Nicki Minaj and Cardi B.
But Maggie, what about this? Nicki Minaj patterned herself after Lil' Kim, that was her natural, like the picture that she patterned herself after, that was Kim's natural state. Now Kim has changed herself.
Yeah.
You see how the dollar sign will switch. You look like this normally. Okay, well, you're not what we need. We need you to be like this. So you got money. We need you to do this now. This is going to sell more records because everybody was patting themselves after that. So the dollar sign will switch what fad they choose for you to look like.
Right.
Tranquil, you have something to say?
No. I mean, the thing about it is that like, you know, Lil' Kim, although it's probably not something that, you know, I don't know if she's spoken about it or anything like that, but you got to feel a certain kind of way about yourself to be the standard from the very beginning and then switch and copying yourself. You're literally copying yourself. It's kind of like the body thing. I won't say it's 100% they fault. I'm going to say it's 99.9% they fault. The Kardashians made themselves look like Black women. And now Black women are trying to make themselves look like Kardashians who are copies of Black women. And that is social media. Right. Also, Kanye West. That's your fault too. Right there. You brought her up into the limelight. And now we're stuck with her. The most famous thing she was famous for was the sex tape and working for Paris Hilton, the real it girl.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So we're gonna, get close down to the wire of the show. So now everybody talking about effects of body shaming, who's affected, but now we gotta let's change it up. Let's get positive. Let's talk about how do we, for one thing, overcome body shaming, but we teach others to, let's like redirect that body shaming. So like Lizzo's, like Tranquil, you know, like what they're doing, they're being, you know, they're just being themselves, being beautiful, being, you know, regardless of the ridicule and everything, because like it gets disgusting. Like I think ill. Like it was like I think it was her post that she posted up there when she put the picture. I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna get it and put it in the up. But the image of her in her underwear, it was like the milk, almost like the
milk.
And she said like she should do that with the milk mustache, and because that image was like that, but because it's Lizzo, that's not a size 2. It's a why did she do that? If you think about it, it's like, do you understand? Okay, now you see Hollywood, what Hollywood looks like, but the average female is right there next door to you.
Mm-hmm.
You walking in the grocery store, it's the average female looking like, put together. I got a whole belly going on. I got, it's real bodies.
Right.
Promote real, authentic bodies. If your stomach hanging in your pants, so what? That's a real body. It's what you eat, how your build and makeup is. It's everything. So you can alter it and get your tummy tuck and all of that. But I admire a person that embraces their stretch marks. They're real, because that's beauty. Because when you think about it, everybody that's made up and got the silicone and everything else, that's going to fall after a while. It's going to get old.
Yep.
And then it's toxic in your body anyway. So not only do you look good for the moment, but it's actually killing you, because it's a lot of things. People go up there and get these cheap little processes and not coming out waking up.
Brazilian surgeries, they basically, like, they're the outside of, boob jobs are like the number one like surgery that people get. It is more risky than heart surgery. Surgery, like one slip and you were donezo with a Brazilian. And like, I guess, my advice for people to overcome, not everybody is built the same way, not just physically, mentally. They're not, there are people maybe like me, maybe like Lizzo, we'll have our moments or two, but we can take it, from whether it's we're built like that, we've always had the whatever it is. But my suggestion to people who are going through that is to pay very close attention to the people who you call your friends, because your friends will validate you. Your friends will check you when you aren't even looking at yourself the right way. They'll remind you of your accomplishments. They'll remind you, it's like, hey, the only reason why X, Y, and Z is here is because of you. So, and you can take that, in life. Who you have around you is paramount to your success.
Oh, yes. Your support.
Definitely.
I like this from Jamarius 58 Gilliam. He said a quote from Music Soul Child: if you're alive and well, just be alive and well. That's how you overcome body shaming. And Lisa also said, you also have people that scared of their skin they are in. I have a football field full of stretch marks and I'm happy with it.
Girl, me too, honey. And I am happy.
It's not all my stretch marks, tiger stripes.
Yeah.
Tiger, hidden dragon.
I call my stretch marks lifelines.
Hey,
I like that.
Stretch marks has changed in your life. You got taller, you got bigger, you got smaller. You had a really good dinner that one night. You exercised a little bit too hard in the fun way or the not fun way. Any of those ways are ways to get stretch marks. So I consider them lifelines because they're literally marking my life.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I want to put this picture up and just a couple of facts. We always try to bring a little stats and facts in here. But just how to overcome, just a little bit of textual, and everybody can give the rest of their opinion, then we're gonna close it out. Reframe your negative body talk. Consider body functionality and appreciation. Look beyond your body. Use your strengths. Self-care. Try life enhancement movement. Challenge what you hear and see. Surround, like she just said, surround yourself with accepting people. Learn about body shaming and develop self-compassion. And let's see, Miss Kai.
Yes, girl.
How do you overcome? Because you had the eating disorder, so that means you had some insecurity going on. How did you overcome? Did you overcome the body shape?
I did. I totally did. So for me, I shared about Lizzo songs and everything, but most importantly, it was the people around me. Because I was doing the vomiting method until I was like, what therapist said, okay, first of all, my throat hurts and I don't want my teeth. I don't play about my teeth, y'all. I'm just that type of person. And my, appearance, of course, because I was trying to, of course, look the best I wanted to, you know what I mean? So I didn't want that to disrupt as far as the vomiting. So I was like, oh, I need, and this happened for real. I said, oh, I need to find a different way because throwing up isn't going to work for me. So I moved to laxatives. So every time I ate, I'm popping those laxatives like a piece of gum. Like, get it out of me. I don't want another piece of fat, another ounce of fat touching my thighs. I don't want to go anywhere, and there would be times where I would just cry if I felt full because I felt just uncomfortable and unhappy. But, also during that time, I was really, really, really depressed, which made it worse. I was going through my anxiety, being out of control, I think for a minute, I didn't even like looking in the mirror. Even being, it just took for me to be surrounded by people that loved me, cared about me. Also, it took me, finally going within.
Oh no!
And that was getting gooder.
Good. She'll be back.
She just said it was storming over there.
Oh, it's okay.
She did say it was storming.
Yeah, that raining got deep.
Michael Anthony, how do you overcome body shaming? Oh, she was doing good though. Everybody internet acting up today.
Oh, I don't know if you.
Yeah, mine's acting up a little bit.
So we all enjoy.
How do you overcome it? It's really just like I'll say this, man. A lot of it you can surround yourself with the right people, but at the end of the day, it becomes a matter of if you start to believe in yourself. Like you can't pay too much attention to what people are saying. That's easier said than done, but you gotta be, because like I said, for me, I've always been, all right, why don't you get in the weight room? Why don't you eat a little bit? You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, you ain't eating. Little do people know I don't fucking stop eating. Okay. And that woman up at top 2, the host, yeah, she never stops eating. But
I don't.
It comes, she don't. Believe me, she don't. But it really comes up to you, man. It's like if you don't believe in yourself, that's why it's funny you're having this conversation. I was literally just telling her earlier today. Like I watch everything that I say. Everything that I say, even if I'm feeling this way, I don't let certain words come out of my mouth. Words become your reality, and if you utter those words, you start to believe it, and your mind is your biggest enemy. It could be your biggest enemy, and it could be your biggest supporter. But do not let those words come out of your mouth. You like it's okay, all right, for you to, I guess listen to those, but like when you start to internalize those things and let those out, I think that's where the danger is. Don't let those. Do not let it, because words are powerful. It's the most powerful thing in this world is words. You are what you can be at the end of the day.
And Mr. Therapist, I would like this. Lisa had a question. You know, it's all a part about how to overcome it, but I like this one. We know women go through body shaming, but how bad is it for men?
I'll answer this and then I'll give my take. It's bad. It's bad. Like Mike said, you get the picture of dudes being, you know, certain height, certain weight, certain build. And for us, they look at us like, wow, but man, just get in the gym, work out, do this, do that. And it may not be your
Why
thing.
you ever got tattoos?
Yeah, you know, it's, you know, you don't have this, you don't have that. It's for us, it starts as more or less a competitive thing. You know what I'm saying? Why don't you play this sport? Or why don't you do this? You know, so for us as men, it's drilled in our head as kids, like, no, you gotta be tough, you gotta be athletic, you gotta have this kind of bravado. And it's like you don't really, until you hit that brick wall, you don't really realize that being yourself is the optimum thing. But it comes down to two words: peace and purpose. And I'll tell you why. Like Mike alluded to, in order to get over body shaming and self-destruction, you have to find that peace within. You have to be at peace with yourself. You got to accept yourself. You got to actually sit down and say, it's okay for me to be who I am. And take that pain that you have, or the pain is not a weapon, it's a lesson. Use that as a purpose to serve others. I got friends right now, and I tell anybody, if anybody was to come through here, listen, if you're worried about your size and you dealt with, like Ms. Kaya, you dealt with, you know what I'm saying, dealing with bulimia and stuff like that. I was like, do you not understand you have a gift in your dysfunction right now that you can use? And she'll probably look at me like, what do you mean? You now have a situation in your life that is a testimony for somebody else. Now you have a responsibility to make sure that you stay healthy so that you can tell your story. And by using your pain as a purpose to help others, you help yourself. Massage therapy helps me. It's my therapy because it's my way of giving back. Because me, I dealt with depression. I had manic depression. I was very angry. So being able to remind myself, look, when you put your hands on people, you have to be an empty vessel, because you can inadvertently hurt somebody else trying to help them.
You pass the energy on other people.
So my purpose for doing this, massage therapy, helps me because I get to help other people. And then they themselves can be themselves and they see themselves in a different light. So each one of us on here, our pain is our purpose.
Right.
Because now we are supposed to serve other people who may not have the strength or may not have the utilization to do that.
And before we get to Ms. Kiki, ATL Leo, you know what? I just love your stories every time you watch this show, and you're you're speaking your truth every time. But you know, and I appreciate you. Just share this out and let everybody know that this show is something where we're speaking our truth, our realness. Sometimes, you know, in this community, it's taboo to say that you have depression. It's taboo to say, I got something wrong with me. Oh, just breathe. You know, but what I love about you, you're just honest and raw. And it says he was 300 pounds plus, you know, and he's down to 275 pounds. It was not easy for me, and I'm still not done yet. So he knew that it was something that he wanted to change, but he changed it for himself. And it just sounds like he just wanted to do it because he just wanted to be healthy, not because somebody else said you need to do it. Like they said, you got to believe in yourself. If you really want to lose weight and be a certain size, you do it because you want to, not because you're trying to look like somebody else. You're doing it because you just naturally want to be healthy. You know? So, I'm gonna let Kiki talk because I'm gonna keep going, but I'll finish it out because you know I'm gonna preach. So, Miss Kiki, how do you overcome body shaming?
Well, I wanna, from what you just said, if you want to do something in your body, you do it because you want to do it, right? And I say that to say because 4th grade, I was what, like 9? I was a 36C in 4th grade. And I'm 4'11". So I pretty much always had big breasts. Got to the point where I was like a 38 triple D. And everybody was like, "Ooh, you know, your boobs are big." And at that time, it's like being that young in elementary, you know, you was the picked on
Yeah.
kind of because you had big boobs and nobody really had boobs, right? And as I got older, I was like, I didn't want to get rid of it because after a while I was like, okay, they're nice to have to say I have a body, right? I was like, these MFs hurt. When my
Yeah.
back started hurting, I was having bruises and everything. I was like, oh no, these got to go. So it's to a point where you have to realize that you have to love yourself despite how people see you. You got to realize that if it's hurting you, okay, then do something about it because it was hurting me. So I was like, oh, they got to go. And it was to the point where I didn't even have to pay for it. That's how bad it was. The insurance was like, oh no, because I went to therapy and did all everything they send you through, so they won't have to pay for it. They end up having to pay for it because my daughter was like, she can't keep going like this. So you have to love yourself to know that if you want to change, but don't change yourself because society is saying that you have to change. So,
So, you know, I'm gonna finish off with the preaching, but a lot of people think that, you know, I'm a small slim lady. This is what it is. I did the protein shakes. I tried to, you know, body build. I'm the most laziest person y'all can ever know, y'all. Okay. They be like, how do you look that way? I eat everything I want to eat, and believe it or not, I have high blood pressure.
She greedy as a mother.
And cholesterol issues. I take a daily pill about my cholesterol because I was thinking, oh, I'm a size this, I can eat whatever I want to. Guess what, baby? You're not taking care of your health, though.
Right.
So now I got to take, you know, I'm maintaining my blood pressure now. Thankfully, I went to the doctor yesterday and they was like, oh, perfect. You know, great. But also the day before, my stress was higher because I'm going through a divorce right about now. A lot of people didn't know that. And my blood pressure was sky high that day because I was emotional about it. I was in my feelings. People, your emotions, everything that you're going through, your mental can affect your health no matter what size you are. So my blood pressure was like 144 over 90 something that day.
Ooh, girl.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my God.
I was not sleeping. I was crying. I was going through my emotions and it affected me health-wise. So it doesn't matter what size you are or whatever. Everybody has unhealthy habits. Everybody has health issues if you're not taking care of yourself. So that's why I just eliminated the fried food. You know, I do the fish and all that, vegetables. I had to discipline myself because I used to pick up a bag of everything and just eat it because I'm thinking, oh, I ain't gonna gain no weight. I can just eat whatever I want to. But guess what? I'm hitting those 40, and that's taking me down. Now you gotta change it up.
I mean, like exercise, I tell people to try, like, no matter what size you are or whatnot, unless this is like, hey, I'm going to the gym, so you have to think about it, or I'm doing this exercise because I have to think about it. But every time outside of those instances that you think about weight, write it down, and then right beside it what you'd rather be thinking about. So the next time you think about the weight, look at it and say, what should I be thinking about? Maybe it's filling out that form to go to whatever event or school you wanted to go to. Maybe it's, you know, getting your LLC for your business. Whatever it is, replace it with the things you actually want to think about. That's just my advice.
And in that time, figure out what's triggering why you're thinking like that. What emotion, how are you feeling at that time that may be triggering why you're thinking like that.
Right.
Yes. So let's go ahead to the conclusion. Your last thoughts, you know, this is where you can, whatever you want to say, and as well as let us know how to find you. And, you know, so if you want to leave everybody with the last word, you know, just to think about, because, you know, we started off with a little bit of motivation. We want to end it. Guys that kind of got in a little late with a message or anything that you just want to leave people with, Just give yourself a think about it, and then just conclude, and then just let everybody know how to find you. So let's start it off with, let's see, Mr. Therapist.
If I could say anything to everybody is be the change you want to see. Be the change you want to see, because we all want better for each other. So we must be that change. We need to be an example, because it's not enough of us showing this nowadays. This generation, we kind of just let them go to the wayside, but we quick to point the finger. So we need to be the change we want to see. You guys can find me on Twitter at Therapist ATL.
You have to put it up for yourself.
Yeah. Therapist ATL. On IG and TikTok, Elegance Wellness Massage. Basically, I've put together something where, you get a resort feel, but you get educated and you get taken care of, health and wellness. And it's geared towards making us as better people. You know what I'm saying? So
I'll put it
that's all I got.
I'll put it up for you. I want everybody to find your TikTok. So here you go. There we go.
See?
I had to go to the other folder. I wanted you to highlight your own self, but everybody, if you want to find him, but seriously.
Yeah.
I know the silliness of Atlanta Falcons Nation. You didn't realize that Mr. Therapist is actually an actual therapist. He's a massage.
Yeah. I've been doing it. I've been doing it since 2011. So it hasn't been overnight.
Oh yeah. So I'm getting ready. I already said, I told the girls. Well, I ain't told y'all about it yet, but I'm signing y'all up for some massages pretty soon. So we was talking about ladies' night. Massages from Mr. Therapist.
And I'm also I have some specials going for like Valentine's Day week or whatever for 11th through the 17th of this month. It's called Massage by Candlelight. So
if you got some marketing or something, so I can put on my page.
We'll do. Matter of fact, you and Miss Kai, I'm gonna hit you guys up, Miss Maggie. I'll give you the information too, because if you go on my page, you'll see the video. So I'll actually shoot you guys a video or whatnot. But basically, it's you can do it for couples or singles or whatnot. But it's just something to give back, give to yourself. You know what I'm saying? So you don't have to have somebody. You just come through. Take care of you.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
All right. So let's see. We got Miss Kai. Since I'm going from that way, then we'll go on down to the bottom. Miss Kai, in conclusion, last thought, and of course, how they can find you.
So my last thought, I just really, really want you all to remember to, make sure that you are just go within, okay? Because it starts there. Go within to find your peace, your happiness. Really get in touch with yourself. Know yourself. Know the things that you want. Know the things that you don't want. Know the things, just know what type of people do you need around you. But first you have to start within, because anyone else, they can just add to it. They can just enhance that. But it's very, very important to find that within ourselves and be confident and hold on to it. Look yourself in the mirror. One thing I tell myself all the time is, if God is for me, who can be against me? So with him, I'm protected. I'm confident. I got it going on, male or female. I'm strong. I have a purpose. We all have a purpose. And like the therapist said, when that time comes, because of course you got to go through it, you got to, get through that darkness, get through that cloud, and come on to the other side. And when that time comes, use your dysfunction to help the next person. It doesn't have to be 1 million people. It doesn't have to be 10. If you grab a hold of one person, that one person can spread what you just helped them with. You know what I mean? And it goes on, and it goes on, and it goes on, and it goes on. So when that time comes, embrace it. Don't be ashamed. Yes, I went through this. Yes, I vomited. Yes, I was taking those relaxatives. Yes, and yeah, I did it. But now to this day, and if you're not already saying it, you're gonna be saying it. You're gonna look in that mirror, and you're gonna feel like you can conquer the world. You know what I mean?
It's a lesson.
So that's all I got. That's all I want to leave you guys with. So just hold on to it and be free, be yourself.
And how they can find you, Miss Kai?
Put my handles up there, girl, so I can remember them.
What they up there?
Where they? I don't see them.
You don't
go
see
to sleep, man.
Well,
Close your eyes so you can read it, girl. Close your eyes.
Okay, listen. You can follow me on IG, which is Instagram at my mental space 21. You can follow on Twitter at my mental space 21, as well as actually on YouTube and Facebook at my mental space incorporated. Well, INC. You see that?
Yeah, you can see it. I don't know if you can see it, but we
now I can't. Is the Cash App handle on there?
It's on there.
Yeah, it's on there.
Okay.
On my mental space.
Okay, so yes, that Cash App, and like I always mention, any donations that you make, they are going towards, like I said, the I am a certified mental health coach. And I do have a nonprofit, My Mental Space Incorporated, but along with my other ladies and friends and business partners, we are trying to get a space to house, our organization, to house our gifts, so we can start doing a lot more within the community. So anything that's donated is strictly for that. And it's much appreciated. And that's all I have. And of course, I love you all. Thank you so much for your support.
All right. And I know Tranquil. I know. We don't held you on for an hour and a half. We love you. So how can they seriously, please pay attention to this, because you need to follow her seriously.
I guess I'll leave everybody with do whatever the hell you want, honestly. I felt like if you do that, you're gonna find the people you need, the places you want to be. That's really honestly just do whatever the hell you want, like Lizzo says. And since you guys are in Atlanta, I am hosting a Black Mermaid event at MomoCon. It's in celebration for the Little Mermaid Disney movie coming out that weekend. We're hosting panels. We're having professional mermaids hosting panels. We're also having we're teaching water education, because that's something us in this community needs a lot of. And it'll be in Atlanta, May 27th, 2023. So look forward to that.
Great.
Thank you. And
May 27th. Wait a minute.
May 27th, Saturday. Yes, it's MomoCon weekend, so it's y'all's big convention at Atlanta.
We're gonna be at MomoCon, so yes.
There you go. And you can find me on everything at Tranquil Ashes.
There you go. Type it in. Everybody, Tranquil. I'm gonna go get her. Let me see. I'm gonna find her Instagram or Facebook, whatever. I just do Google search because she's everywhere. I'll put in the link. But thank you for definitely coming on. I know we
thank you.
You know, you are amazing. Seriously, we will find that event. If you can tell us where send it to me. I'll make sure it's shared because if you guys don't understand what she's saying, it's Black Mermaids, people, and it's a beautiful, beautiful artistry. It's just, it's just a lot of artists that just coming together for a common theme. And, we don't see that. And the fact that it's a Black Ariel, it's perfect. It's fitting. So I'm going to get her some of her links so y'all can find her or type her name in on Google. You can find her. She's everywhere. Make her bigger. Make her bigger. She just, I think on Instagram, you just reached a certain milestone, I believe. Or did you?
Yeah, I got 18K finally. And I'm close to my Facebook goal, which is 40K. So I'm really close.
Ooh.
Okay.
But you can probably along, find her. I'm copying it now, you guys, and put it in the link in the stream. Okay. But we want to thank you again. And Mike,
thank you.
Yes, thank you.
On out. Your last thoughts, how they can find you. Y'all know who I am. We wasted time. So
Do we?
I'm gonna let Mike get it, and I'll close it out. Go ahead, Mike. Your last words, and we can get up out of here. I'm gonna put her link in the chat so everybody can find her. Here we go.
Don't let your passion become your obsession. And let me say that again. Do not let your passion become your obsession. A lot of people lose themselves in their passion, and that's all they see. Okay, hold on straight.
Time to get together. You say I gotta send y'all award show link. Okay, Night Rider, you definitely do. You okay, Mike?
Mike still there?
You okay?
Testing 1 2 1 2.
Okay. Well, I think he having some technical issues, so I'll close it on now.
Okay.
My last words will be: don't ever let anybody tell you what you can't be. Just because you said that you wanted to sell this candle. Oh, girl, there's other candles out there. Oh, I can make it better. But because you believed in your dream, because you wanted your candle to be black or white, but everybody else is purple and sparkly. But for some reason, you're passionate about that, your creation. Don't ever, I don't care how small your project is. I don't care how many people is buying it or supporting it. You continue to do what you want to do. Because guess what? Somebody's one day is going to say, you know what? I like that brown candle versus those sparkly candles because it's so many sparkling candles out there. Yours is unique.
Right. Yours stands out.
Yours stands out and yours is consistent and it's different. So, okay. Yeah, yours don't look like theirs. Innovate.
Right.
Change it.
Right.
Make it better. Like you said, stand out. Just like you want to also stand out. You don't want to be like everybody else. You don't want to be that long hair, this, and that. I don't care if I don't look like them. I'm unique. I'm genuine. I'm different. You're getting something different from me because I choose to stand out among the rest.
Right.
So you should be that person that's like, hold on, who is this person? I don't know her. You need to stand out in the crowd. That's just me. Okay, people.
Right. It was a good one, y'all.
It was good.
Champaign Confessions. Thank you to all the guests and everything. We appreciate it. I think Mike's having some issues with his internet.
Absolutely.
Come back again. Seriously, right before the whole event about the mermaid in Atlanta.
Right.
I'm excited.
That's going to be dope.
I'm seriously.
Where are you?
I'm in Baltimore.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay.
So she'll be here, y'all, May 27th. Ladies, We got to be there. We got to be there. So we're gonna advertise the heck out of it.
That is so cute.
Whatever we got to do to get more people engaged in that.
Right.
I'll send you all the deets.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful mermaids, and it's just the way they made up and the effort they put into their costumes. And then now you're making a whole thing where you're learning about swimming, because guess what? We don't swim.
I don't even know how to swim.
That's another reason why we have water education, and it's in its infancy, but eventually we'll be offering classes by our mermaids, and eventually, we've had some Disney buzz, so we'll see what happens with that too.
I think it'll be good. I think it'll be good. I really do. I think that would be really, really good. I mean, come on, a carbon Ariel. Come on, carbon means, for those that don't know, the brown.
I learned that the other day, and I was like this whole time.
Oh my God!
Representation is everything.
Right.
Everything.
For us in representation, and if we are mermaids, I love
it. I was just getting ready to call myself one. I was like, I don't know about y'all, but I feel like I'm a mermaid princess. Like,
I will be in decor. I mean, I will be in.
Oh, that'd be so cute. We need to have somebody do our makeup.
I'm doing it.
Lord,
I'm doing it.
Kiki, you're gonna do this. So you stop. You gonna do this. You're gonna dress up.
Men too. Yeah. So don't worry. There will be mermen as well. Yeah.
I'm gonna throw y'all in the water. But everybody. Good night. Subscribe to the channel.
Good night. Good night. Love y'all. Love y'all.
Please share, subscribe. Love y'all.
Peace out, people.
Peace out.